In the heart of a space station filled with dangers, strange encounters and deadly adversaries, 3 prisoners embark on a desperate escape. From the detention level down through the mysterious forgotten zones of the station and beyond, they must work together to overcome obstacles both terrifying and bizarre, or become forever lost within the Dark Sector. Welcome to our narrative playthrough of Escape the Dark Sector, where we hope to give you a flavour of this immersive game by focusing on the implied story of our game. Escape the Dark Sector is a 2 to 4 player sci-fi game where players assume the roles of uniquely skilled characters and draw cards representing their exploration and escape from a space station within the Dark Sector. The game is divided into 3 acts, each normally consisting of 4 chapters, and a final boss fight to secure their escape. However, if any of the players is reduced to 0 health, the game is over. Players must carefully weigh every decision, balancing risks and making best use of their limited health and items to ensure they all escape together, or else their adventure will end here. If you've already seen our playthrough of Escape the Dark Castle, you'll know our style. We've adapted or changed the narrative of the cards drawn during our game to form a more coherent story, but all the rules, dice rolls and decisions are just as they were when we played the game. Watch on to find out whether our heroes will reach their ship and flee the station forever, or be doomed to an eternity of pain. The deal had red flags all over it from the start. You told the captain as much. But in the lawless reaches of the Dark Sector, there is no such thing as playing it safe. What you didn't expect was for things to go south so quickly. Just as you had docked at the station, descended the ramp expecting to load cargo, all hell broke loose. So-called station security forces all around you, no escape. They shot the captain between the eyes before he even had a chance to protest, and led the 3 of you to the brig to await a fate unknown. They stripped you of your possessions, but the idiots didn't do a great job. You're not sure how he managed it, but Abbott blew the fuse on the containment field, and the 3 of you headed in the direction of the ship. Your first effort led you to a dead end, but at least you found some supplies. Abbott pocketed a ray gun and some questionable looking medication. Cook chose a slug gun and some stale rations. You took a ray gun and shouldered a pulse rifle, knowing your cybernetic implant will make it an ideal weapon in your hands. Now you must find your way through the station, seeking out your ship before whoever plotted your capture realises you have escaped. You had all respected the captain, swallowing your differences for his sake, but now you must find a way to work together without him, or become lost forever in the Dark Sector. Your adventure begins here. You swing open the nearest bulkhead and lead the way, trying to find your way through the detention level without running into guards. You pass cell after cell, your purpose too urgent to look inside. Suddenly something catches your arm, pulling you to a stop. Between the laser bars of the nearest cell, a slimy tentacle has emerged, coiling around your forearm. The creature inside tries to speak, but you do not understand its meaning, though you think you recognise profound sorrow in its otherwise alien eyes. Cook raises his weapon to the creature.
Let her go. Now.
The creature releases you, leaving a mucus smear across your arm. You are prompted back into motion by your comrades, the creature out of sight almost immediately. You know you will never see it again. The criss-crossing laser beams are an unwelcome sight. You've seen security like this before, seen what it can do. Your eyes search optimistically for a control mechanism to disable it, but you find none. The noise behind you seems to get closer. You cannot stay here. Abbott studies the movements of the beams for several moments, and then begins to shuffle through, arcing to avoid this laser and that. He reaches the other side unharmed.
See? Easy. Now hurry up.
You try to match his movements, but quickly lose track of where you are. A beam slices through your arms, causing a nasty burn, but you press through to reach the other side. Cook, always the impulsive one, tries to charge his way through. He reaches the other side with several blackened scars of his own. Suddenly, the alien slime that still coats your arm starts to become hot. Before your eyes, it absorbs into your skin, and a moment later, the laser burn has healed. Somehow you know this is what the creature intended, a benevolent gift from one prisoner to another. You look to the others, but Abbott is already studying the next lock, and Cook is busy stuffing his face with a ration pack. Instead, you move to help Abbott. The door slides open and you lead the way through, but are confronted almost immediately by a cybernetic guard. This half-man looks barely functional, eyes unfocused and circuits spitting the occasional spark, but the rifle in his arms looks very functional indeed.
Halt! Prisoners, you will not escape.
You consider trying to run past, but there is valuable equipment here if you can defeat the guard.
See if you can flank him. We'll cover you.
You try to sneak around the cyborg's position, but his bionic eye seems suddenly focused, and you take a glancing shot. Cook stays in cover, the tactical medical drone tending to his existing wounds, but Abbott opens fire with his ray gun, his aim true. The cyborg attempts to return fire, but Abbott is already back in cover. You seize your chance, diving from cover and unleashing your pulse rifle, its energy bolts frying the cyborg's circuits. It collapses in a smouldering heap.
Yeah, that's how it's done.
No thanks to you.
You move quickly to take the spoils. You throw your ray gun to Abbott and shoulder a powerful rocket launcher, sure to be useful before you have left this place. Cook pockets a frag grenade and you hurry to follow Abbott through the next door. You are confronted by a wall of lockers controlled by a central access panel. Abbott looks at them greedily, approaching the computer.
Abbott, we don't have time for this.
We're gonna need weapons to get out.
He's not wrong, so you let him try. For a moment it looks like he's triggered the security protocols, but with a quick manipulation he is able to reverse the error, and one of the lockers swings open. Abbott pulls a stun grenade from inside.
It's a start. Let's see what's behind door number 2.
As he touches the panel, it crackles with electricity and Abbott cries out in pain. Recoiling from the controls, he quickly injects himself with the meds he found earlier, which seemed to steady his breathing. He won't meet your eyes, so you move to open the next door. You emerge into the heart of the station, a sprawling hive of interconnected rooms and corridors housing most of the station's populace, humans and aliens of every occupation known amongst the stars. Still, you are not safe, for the wrong type of security guard could be around any corner. Almost immediately you are confronted by a stim merchant, peddling what is no doubt counterfeit visionware. He grabs you by the hand and waves the neural electrodes in front of your face.
You look like someone who could use a taste.
You push him away, disgusted. You don't need to mess up your cortex with this sort of trash. You never touch the stuff. Still, you feel his eyes follow you until Cook opens the next bulkhead and you disappear from his sight. Cook leads you further into the station, into the commerce area where all manner of goods are being traded. Suddenly a storefront is wrecked by an explosion, some heist gone wrong, leaving it a smoking ruin. Caught in the blast, Cook is bloodied. You quickly grab his arm and pull him away from the scene before anyone can turn their attention towards you. Abbott follows, stopping only to grab a smoking carrier of goods as he passes.
It's not bad.
Cook assures you, as you take refuge out of the sight of the security agents now swarming the scene.
Got you a souvenir.
Abbott tosses a hypo of power stims to Cook, pocketing a chrono bomb for himself. Abbott pushes through the next door. A few steps into the hallway, Abbott signals you to halt and be silent. Through a side hatchway, you can see strange figures undertaking an unconventional set of procedures on a body. With shock, you realise that the figure on the table is not only dead, but known to you.
It's the captain!
Is this the fate that awaited you in that cell? Your stomach turns as much at this thought as the sight of the inhuman treatment of your captain's body. Who are your captors? What faces lie behind the triangular windows of their hazmat suits?
We can't do anything for him now. We need to get going.
You notice the captain's equipment bag discarded at the entrance to the medical unit. You approach it, moving slowly so as not to distract your enemies from their macabre experiments. For a moment, one of them raises its head and you freeze, but it has not noticed you, turning instead to its colleague and speaking chirped syllables you do not understand. You close your hands around the strap and quickly follow the others away from the ward. Cook compliments your skill, discarding his stims and slug pistol in favour of the powerful battle rifle and chronobomb contained among the captain's effects. Nobody sees you slip the captain's much-loved hologram of his family into your pocket in the hope that one day, far from this place, you might return it to them.
Please, I don't know anything. No!
You round a corner to find a number of reptilian aliens undertaking a brutal interrogation on a human. You wonder if you should turn back, but in your hesitation, the prisoner spots the three of you.
Please, you have to help me, please.
Abbott steps forward. To your surprise, when he speaks, it is the bizarre language of the reptilians that comes from his mouth. The lizards hesitate. For a moment you are sure they will open fire, but then they just walk away. The prisoner's relief is palpable. He grasps at Abbott's hands and tries to hand the lieutenant his only remaining possession, a rusty pipe.
Bless you. You've no idea what they would have done. You must take this. It's all I have.
Abbott thrusts the pipe back into the man's arms irritably.
Just get lost.
As the prisoner retreats, you question Abbott.
Since when can you speak reptilian?
You remember what curiosity did for the cattailor?
With that, he pushes forward to the next door. The route to your ship has taken you through the core of the station, and now you descend into its forgotten zones, barely mapped areas of the station where gangs rule and rumours of strange Xenos creatures are all too believable. Abbott overrides the next hatch and steps through, but is struck almost immediately by laser fire. A mechanised security droid stomps forward, bellowing its current directive.
Prisoners identified. Engage, suppress, destroy.
TMD!
First aid in progress.
Cook launches the frag grenade, doing significant damage to the security droid, while you shoulder the rocket launcher and open fire. It strikes true, rendering one of the droid's arms inoperable, but its weapon still blazes, and you are caught in the return fire. You both take shelter. As you struggle to reload the launcher, Abbott opens fire, his shot striking the droid's CPU with pinpoint accuracy, but as the droid collapses, its weapon discharges, striking Abbott before he can take cover. Still wincing from the wound, Abbott searches the droid for equipment, while Cook moves to open the next door.
This will be useful.
You hurry through the next door and are confronted by a terminal covered in an alien script. Ahead of you is an alien in some form of hibernation. Just as you wonder about its purpose, the door slams behind you, the console begins to flash red, and a deafening siren alerts you to the alien's increasing temperature. Abbott steps forward quickly and without hesitation punches several of the controls on the alien keypad. After a second, the sirens cease, and the door ahead slides open.
Nice. I thought we were finished.
But wait, since when have you been able to read alien languages? How did you... What?
The room spins, and your vision turns black. You open your eyes. Looming over you, figures in strange hazmat suits chitter to one another in an alien tongue. You try to move, but pain surges across your body. One of the figures clasps a long surgical blade and moves to where your left hand is restrained. As the blade is slowly lowered towards your flesh, you try to speak, but no sound comes, only more pain. You try to struggle, but the more you struggle, the more that it hurts. You watch helpless as the blade pierces the skin of your hand. You open your eyes. Cook and Abbott are standing over you with concern on their faces.
What took you so long?
What are you talking about? Come on, we need to move, now!
You look around. You are still in the alien control room, as if no time has passed at all. And yet, when you look at your hand, you swear you can see a mark there, just a blemish, that wasn't there before. As you pass a waste disposal vent, a foul-smelling, acidic slime creature emerges. Startled by your approach, it launches a smoking ball of mucus at Cook, but he narrowly jumps aside unharmed.
Medigel synthesized. Drug ready to provide medical attention.
Seeing that you are still weak from your encounters so far, Cook signals the drone towards you. The creature is already too close for ballistics fire, so Abbott and Cook engage it in close combat. Abbott using the shock prod to good effect while the creature is distracted by Cook. You crawl into cover as they attack again, ignoring the smouldering wounds where the creature lashes out at them. They dismember large sections of the creature, but it keeps coming, its ooze burning through metal, fabric and flesh alike. Abbott stumbles and Cook misses, but Cook quickly uses the chrono bomb, providing valuable extra seconds to drive the creature back before it can gain advantage. With a final flurry of their weapons, the creature is reduced to small piles of smouldering green jelly. Abbott scans for anything useful and throws you a small container of pills.
See if these help.
You are sceptical but agree. To your surprise, you feel steadier, more yourself, and you follow the others towards the next room. Cook slides open the door and all three of you freeze in fear. The hallway beyond has become a hatchery for some alien life form, the ground closely packed with eggs, their acidic tentacles swaying like reeds in a breeze, waiting for an opportunity to feed. Hearing commotion behind you, you know you cannot turn back. You manage to weave nimbly through the rows of eggs without touching them and start to work on unlocking the next bulkhead. Cook follows your path, successfully at first, but at the last moment he is caught by one of the tendrils, his arm badly burnt before he can rip it free. Then all hell breaks loose. Abbott staggers through the hall as the eggs react to Cook's commotion. One catches Abbott's ray gun and he casts it aside as it begins to melt. By the time he reaches you, he has taken further strikes against his body. You can see he is struggling to keep going. You finally manage to hack the door ahead of you and step beyond, locking whatever creatures have started to emerge from the eggs behind you. The air seems to crackle around you. As the medical drone crashes to the deck, you reflexively rip your cybernetic implant from its port, recognizing the telltale signs of an EMP blast.
It's not time to leave yet, pretties. I haven't finished my experiments.
Finally, you can see your ship, just at the other end of this bay. If you can defeat this new enemy, you will be free of this place and can leave the dark sector behind you. You break from the others, safely taking up a flanking position. Cook pushes Abbott towards cover and unleashes the battle rifle, but the hoverpod is too quick. Cook's implant warns him just in time to avoid return fire. You seize your chance, diving from cover and firing the rocket launcher. It pierces the side of the pod, and with a trail of smoke and smouldering oil it sinks to the deck and skids to a halt. For a moment you dare to believe it is over, but all too soon the mother of machines has climbed from the wreckage and is returning fire. Abbott starts to move, but Cook pushes him back into cover.
Stay down, let us handle it.
Cook throws the stun grenade ahead of you, distracting the mother's aim, whilst you open fire with the pulse rifle, but your shot lands wide and the overheating magazine sears your arm. You look at each other and silently agree that ballistics fire is not proving effective. Instead, you rush the mother of machines, closing the distance to attack them in close quarters. Cook strikes your enemy, but you and Abbott miss, taking heavy blows in return. Abbott staggers back, clutching his wounds. You grapple with the mother whilst Cook strikes them again, but a concealed blade leaves a deep cut in his chest.
Your bravery is no match for my contraptions.
You and your fellow crew know this is your final chance. Together, you let out the loudest battle cry each of you could manage, and charge. 10 minutes later, your ship has cleared the station's perimeter and accelerated into hyperspace where no one can follow. It will take weeks to fully recover from your wounds, both physical and psychological, but at least you are free. But what about that strange vision, where strange figures experimented on you? Was that a nightmare? A repressed memory? Or something stranger? And what about Abbott's sudden ability to speak alien languages and hack unknown security systems? Does this man you thought you knew have some secret past? Only one thing is certain, your adventure has only just begun. I really hope you enjoyed this video as much as we enjoyed making it. We reached a nail-biting finish, providing a great example of the tension and storytelling that can emerge from a game like this, and I hope you'll feel we did that justice through this video. If you want to see more Escape the Dark Sector content, let us know in the comments. We already have a plethora of content from the Escape the Dark Castle range on the channel, and we're excited to finally welcome its sister game into the fold. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider sharing it with others. We are a small channel trying to punch above our weight, and your support is vital to ensuring we can continue producing content. I need to go and phone an exterminator about some alien eggs someone left on the set, but until I return, if I return, please remember to work hard, play better, and take care out there.